Hey guys, Burdell here. So I want to talk to you guys today about what we do to take a good quality soil test. We take pride in the work that we do. It's a big part of our business. But like anything else, there's a proper way to do things, and then there's a cheap and easier way to do things. So today I'm going to talk about how to knock off a good quality soil test. First on the list, hire good people. So all of our drivers, our operators have chosen agronomy as a career. Either they're students or just out of university, or guys like me that have 25 plus years experience. Need to be able to make sure you're in the right field, make sure you're taking the cores in the right spots, ensuring proper depths, avoiding contamination, so on and so forth. We're going to touch on some of these later, but if you want to offer it on the cheap, do you know how hard it is to find good people that want to work just 1 or 2 months out of the year? If you want to be shady, you don't need to pay somebody big bucks to drive into the field and poke holes. Push a button, the probe goes down, push a button, comes back up, split the core between 2 buckets, throw some stickers on them, send them away to the lab. Anybody can do that. So if you want some good quality soil samples, make sure you're hiring people that are paying attention to what they're doing. Second on the list, number of cores per field. What's the right amount? We like to use a rule of thumb, 1 core every 10 acres. So on a typical quarter section, we'll have 16 to 20 cores. On smaller fields that are 60 to 80 acres, we'll take more cores than 1 per 10 acres. To make sure we get a good representation of the field and a good mix of soil to send to the lab, we capture more of the variability. But if you really want to be shady, the lab only needs 6 or 7 cores to send to run the test. So time is money, right? Why take all those extra cores? Number 3, cores. So the industry standard is 0 to 6 inch, that we use is 0 to 6 inch, 6 to 24 inch. Now, when conditions are really wet or really dry, that might mean we have to pull a core, or at least 5 cores before we get one full one, or at least a good one. Sometimes when it's wet, the topsoil will compress a little bit. Sometimes when it's dry, the top couple inches will trickle down the tube. So it's important to recognize this when you're splitting your soil samples, 0 to 6, 6 to 18, to get a good quality representative sample year in, year out to send to the lab. Do you hear the part where I said 6 or 7 cores to get one good one? Time is money. So what if it's just 6 to 18, not 6 to 24? Who's gonna know? Number 4, we record all our points on a GPS. So we've got tablets in the truck. We can see where we are on the map. This allows us to space our points out adequately, make sure we're not doubling up some areas, and getting good representation of the field. Documenting all of our points and where we take them also avoids mistakes. If all of a sudden a farmer's questioning his results, we can pull up the map of where we took the points, go over it with them. We can see, okay, maybe we were close to some old yard sites or headlands or whatever the field history might be. Maybe there's a corner of the field that used to be a pasture, who knows? Or we might have been on the wrong field altogether. Shady way of doing things, don't collect your points. That way it's a lot harder to prove that you were in the wrong field. If the farmer wants a retest, you'll gladly charge him for it and do it again. But if you look at the points and whoops, you're in the wrong field, the wrong area, whatever the reason, well, you got to eat those costs to make it right with the customer. Number 5, on the same subject of seeing where you are on the map and spacing all your points, there's areas that can be problematic when soil sampling. Field corners, field headlands, field edges, field centers, where there could have been overlap applications, and over a course of many years, due to equipment widths and finishing fields with diskers, we always used to do the corners twice. There can be an overlap of fertilizer even in driveways. So seeing where you are on the map, you can avoid a lot of these areas. Make sure that you're sampling at a good spot, and once you've got a good set of points, you can keep them for years to come. You want to do it on the cheap, don't use a map. Just drive around the field. It's a random composite sample, right? The more you drive around the field and make sure your points are even out, the more fuel it costs, more time. Just poke some holes, get it and get out. Last one, number 6, timing. So we like to go behind the combine as much as possible. It gives us a much better depth control, so we get a true 0 to 6 as best we can. If you go behind the combine one year or go on a cultivated field the next year, you might be taking 0 to 6, you might be taking 2 to 8. You know, once it's been cultivating, especially if it's dry and cloddy, you're not going to get that true 0 to 6 inch sample, which can lead a lot to variability, especially when your customers are looking at their samples trend lines from year to year. Want a soil sample on the cheap? Who cares about timing? You don't want to pay overtime. Tilled, not tilled, we've got all fall to do it. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video on how to knock off a good quality soil test. It's something that I mentioned we're really passionate about. It's drives a lot of what we do. A lot of producers have lost faith in soil sampling. They'll only do a certain amount of fields every year. They're not sure if they're getting value out of it. Some of the reasons, might be explained by some of the things that we mentioned. If you don't take a good quality test year to year, there's no continuity. There's no hard to make heads or tails of it, and you could be making some very costly mistakes on your fertility. So if you want to learn more, check out our website. Give us a follow on Twitter. Leave a comment in the comment section, and thanks for watching.